Hello children, good morning. We are back to the class now. In our previous class, we have discussed with regarding to evidences of evolution, that is evidences from paleontology. We have studied water fossils, how the age of the fossils are determined. Now the second area of biology from where we can get evidences for evolution is morphology and comparative anatomy. You know what is morphology? Study of external structure of an organism. Comparative anatomy. So in anatomy is nothing but a branch of biology which studies with internal arrangement of organs. So when you compare the internal arrangement of organs in different animal group, that branch is called as comparative anatomy. So, comparative anatomy and morphology shows similarities and differences among organisms of today and those that existed years ago. So, therefore, based on the similarities and differences, we can try to find out which organisms are related, which are not related, who are the ancestors of a particular organism. But if there's very close similarity, I think we can tell they are having common ancestry. If they have got differences, you can tell they don't have common ancestry. So therefore, comparative anatomy and morphology speaks about what we can call ancestor. That is, such similarities can be interpreted to understand whether common ancestors were shared or not. Presence of basic structural and functional similarities in organ system of organism indicate common ancestry. Yeah, that's what I have told you. If two organisms are having structures similar to them, yes, we can tell that they have got common ancestry. Very simple. You take man and monkey. They are almost closely related. So that's why the ancestors of monkey and man are almost, they may be same. So therefore like this, or you take any other organism, for example mammals and birds, so they have a common ancestry, that is reptiles. So like this, so because there are similarities between birds and mammals in many characteristic features, many structural features. So therefore this similarities between structural and function can tell that the organisms may have common ancestry. Thus, morphology and comparative anatomy is going to provide evidences for evolution. So, how can we understand what are the different ways by which this morphology and comparative anatomy can act as evidences? First one is homologous organs. Second one is the analogous organs. Third one is adaptive divergence. Fourth one is adaptive convergence. Fifth one is vestigial organs. And the sixth one is atavism. So these are the different areas concerned with morphology and anatomy which speaks about common ancestors. For you in PU board, we are going to speak about homologous organs, analogous organs, adaptive divergence and adaptive convergence. But vestigial and organs and atavism is not there within your syllabus. So therefore, we may not speak about these two organs. So for example, if I tell you vestigial organ, very simple. Your man has got what is that finger form appendix. So it has been earlier, if you compare this appendix in or can say other animals like cattle, appendix is quite big. But in man it has reduced. Likewise, ear pinna of man and other animals. So size has been reduced. So even though why means functions are this what can say ear pinnates or appendix, they have lost their function, but still they are remaining. So they are called vestigial organs. Atavism, that is, some of the ancestor characters appear in the present generation. For example, in some children, at the back of the anus, a small tail may occur. That is what we call it as atavism. So about that's not required. So hence we'll be speaking about the remaining four: homologous organs, analogous organs, adaptive divergence and adaptive convergence. So let us go for homologous organs, or what we call it as homology. So what is homology? It is the similarity in the basic structure of organs of different animals based on common ancestry or common origin. That is, the organs build up will remain the same. So we'll speak about the examples in the later part. Uh, this sort of similarity tells that it is having common ancestors. So this concept of homology was introduced by Richard Owen. That is, he was the scientist who has observed that different structures in different organisms, they are made up of same plan, background plan is same, basic build up is same, even though they have undergone slight changes according to their need, but the basic build up structure is one and the same. So this concept of homology was given by Richard Owen. Homology is based on divergent evolution. So what is that divergent evolution? Initially all organisms had basic requirement, but in due course of time they are depending upon different what we can call needs. So therefore their basic plan has changed. Very simple, if you take human evolution, so the races, Negroes, what we can call albinos, Chinese, Mongolians, Indian. So their morphology, skin color, it has changed. Initially, if you speak about man evolution, if they say that basic place of human evolution was Africa. From there, different groups moved to different area, and based on that climatic condition, they change. So therefore, in man there are different races, but all man have got basic what we can call skin structure same. So therefore, that's why we say homology is based on divergent. That is, origin point is same, but depending upon the requirement, their structural pattern can change. So this confirms common ancestry and an interrelationship among different groups. So homology purely speaks about that the animals which are having got similar basic plan, they are having common ancestors, or they are interrelated. So this is what homology speaks about. So now let us try to understand about homologous organs. This is important for you. They will ask you what are homologous organs, give example, or they may ask you to differentiate between homologous organs and analogous organs. So let us go for homologous organs. So what are homologous organs? These are the organs which have similar basic internal structure and similar origin but perform different function. Yes, the organ build-up is same. Their structure is same. Internal arrangement of the structural pattern is same. But function is different. So you have got different examples. Let us take the first example. Bones of forelimbs of mammals like whales, bats, cheetah, human. So all these animals, forelimb, that is if you take man, it's a hand. So hand of man, forelimb of bat, front leg of cheetah, and the what we can call pectoral fin of whales. So all this, they have basic pattern of bones is same. So let us see what is that. All of them have humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges in their forelimbs. So basic plan is same. All these 5 types of bones are present in forelimbs of all these mammals. But they have functions which are different depending upon their adaptation to different needs. So let us see with the help of the diagram about this what we can call homologous organs in mammals. So you can see the diagram. First one, the forelimb of man, that is ant. The first front leg of cheetah, likewise whale and bat. You see the bones are same: humerus, radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals and phalanges. You compare cheetah, you compare whale, you compare bat. All this have got same structure. So therefore basic build-up is same. But do they perform same function? No, their function differs. Man can use his forelimbs and to do creative work. Cheetah uses it to run very fast and to catch his prey. Whale will use for swimming. Bat will use for flying. So even though basic structure is same, but functions are different. So therefore, this homologous organs are showing divergent evolution. So that is what we say about the homologous organ. So therefore, then if they ask you what are homologous organ, define and give example. If possible, try to explain what is the basic difference between the homologous organs of different animals. Now let us move on to the second example in case of homologous organs. Vertebrates, heart or brain. So if you take the structure of a heart in fish, then amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. Here they have basic thing, that is what that the chambers of the heart. Auricles and ventricles are present, but the number of auricles and ventricles vary. Might be in between the septa, may be present, may not be present in some animals. Likewise, brain development. Brain basic thing is forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain is present, but their function differs depending upon their adaptations of the requirement of the animals. So therefore, heart of vertebrates, brain of vertebrates are the example for homologous organs. Likewise, mouth parts of insect. So mouth parts of insect, if you take for example cockroach you have studied, it has got mandible, maxillae, then hypopharynx and so on. So this mouth parts of insect, they are what can say meant for structural basic build-up is same, but they are having different function. That is different insects. If you take cockroach, mouth part is of what can say mandibulatory, cutting type. If you take mouth part of bee, it is sucking. Mouth part of what is that mosquito, it is injecting and sucking. So therefore, all insects basic plan of mouth parts is same. What is that? Mandible, maxillae, then hypopharynx, so and antenna and so on are present. But different insect use the same mouth parts for different functions. So therefore, mouth parts of different insects are the example for homologous organ. Likewise, we have got examples of homologous organs in plants, that is thorns and tendrils of bougainvillea and cucurbita. So you can see thorn in case of bougainvillea, it arises from axillary bud. Likewise, you see tendrils in cucurbita, that is pumpkin plant, bottle gourd plant or any other cucurbitaceae members. This also arises from what we can call it as the axillary bud. So both basic point of origin is both thorn and tendril, they arise from axillary bud, but function is different. Thorn in case of bougainvillea provides defense, whereas tendril in case of cucurbita helps in mechanical support or to climb up. So therefore, this is the best example for homologous organ in plants, that is thorn and axillary bud. Basic plan is same, both of them arise from axillary bud, but function is different. Likewise, let us go for one more example of homologous organs in plant, that is pillowclade of Ruscus and cladode of asparagus. So both of this, they have got their stem modification, they develop from stem, but function may be different. In case of pillowclade of what can say Ruscus, it may help in photosynthesis, whereas cladode it may appears to be thorny like, so it may give protective mechanism. So therefore, this is the best example for homologous organs. So thus, in case of what can say homologous organs, remember origin and structure is same, but function is different. So they can ask you about examples in animals or examples in plant. You should be ready to speak about it. Okay, so this is with regarding to homologous organs. So in the next session, we will be speaking about analogous organs. Until then, goodbye.